Well, hello. Okay, let's do it. This is our first voyage into the liner notes, and we are talking about the first song on Passenger, which is Rest. That was a good take. Nice. So in these liner notes, we'll be talking about three things, and I'll probably be going on some tangents. We'll be talking about the song's name, a moment of drama in the song, and a story behind the song. So let's get into it. So the name of the song is Rest, and that's also the first line of the song. There's a long tradition in poetry to have the first line of poetry be the title of the piece of poetry. It's an eponymous poem. And I'd only ever done that one other time, and that was with the song Mosh. I did that because, or I should say I strayed from that because I wanted titles to mean something evocative and ambiguous and abstract and unique and weird. And I still like that, and I still continue to do that, but with this song, I just wanted it to hit hard. I started writing this song in March, I think, of 2019. It was early 2019, and it was actually the second song that I had written for this album. Loom was the first one, and I had gotten about halfway through writing Loom and just didn't know where to go. I was kind of lost, and I was sort of confused about just direction that I wanted to take the piece, or even the direction that I felt it was leading me emotionally, and so I started writing something else, and it was this. And this was the first song that I really felt like I understood that I was going in an album direction. I had just released an EP that was like right on the heels of releasing an album. There was a lot of stuff that needed to come out of me, and I really didn't expect that I would be preparing myself to write another album, but here we were. So where Loom was tackling a lot of heavy and abstract, complex emotions of longing, I wanted something that was going to be kind of an emotional thesis statement that I could really cling on to moving forward with the rest of the album. So I wrote this song, and it was 3 verses, came out of me quickly, and it meant everything I needed it to mean. It was a plea or a reminder to myself. It was a reminder to my girlfriend Claire, to everybody that I know and knew at the time. All of those verses are just about finding solidarity in ourselves and in each other and in this crazy world that we live in. So I called it Rest. I wanted it to hit hard, and I think that it did. So the moment of drama, it's that bloom of sound in response to the withholding of drums at the very beginning at about 45 or 50 seconds in the song. I'd actually first written this song in a way that there was consistent percussion. Everything was kind of like just laid out and blossoming in a sort of like an ambient composing basis, in the sense that it was sort of like just blooming and blooming and blooming outward and bigger. And it was in writing a revised version for myself, but also potentially as a song for my partnership with 277 Dance Project, which is a dance collective in New York City. I was trying to find a revised version of the song that might be more useful for them, and I started really just cutting away. I was just doing like subtractive composition. All this material that I had throughout the song, I was just like, I only need that for 1 bar. I only need that for 3 bars, and just pulling and pulling and pulling, and then kind of reconstituting. What I ended up with were these moments of drama that were very unexpected, because once I started pulling things and having like the drum line respond directly to where my voice was, your ear expects once there's a drum, there's going to be a drum. And so like having this one line of drum and it just disappears, and then this other line of something and it disappears. I think my favorite moment of drama in the song is right at the beginning there, when it starts to like be a song. It's no longer an intro, it's being a song, and you have these drums, and the drum drops out for a minute, and it's kind of like it really pulls you in emotionally, and then there's this blossom sound. Okay, so a story behind the lyric. There are actually 2 moments that I really like, and they play off of each other. I actually tend to really like all the lyrics in this, just because I focused so hard on making it such a restricted palette of words and of color in my words. So Velvet Nested Stars is the first one. That's you know, the idea that's like a stand-in for one's body. And I really liked that. It felt concise and abstract and really cool and interesting. And it provides context for the next line, which is borrowed glimpse of far off lands. Borrowed glimpse is a pull from Take Back the Heart, which is a ballad in the 1800s. Claire had showed me that piece early on in our relationship, and we both really reveled in just how illustrative this certain line was in that piece. Around the time that I was writing that, I had not shown Claire yet. I had stopped by her family's home, I think to pick her up when she was living there. And I went to her music room, and I was sitting down at the piano to play something, and she had her journal open to, you know, a draft of a piece that she was writing, and she had scribbled in the corner, borrowed glimpse. Or maybe it was actually the full line, borrowed glimpse of sunlight. And it looked exactly like it had looked in my journal, which was like a point of inspiration to pull from. So that was really fascinating. Okay, so the line is, come back in sadness or sorrow, once more my darling to be. Come as of old, love to borrow glimpses of sunlight from me. It's a really beautiful line. I'll share in the description of this post the entire piece, but it's a very beautiful line. So that's it. Keeping this one simple, just to get my sea legs, I guess. But if you have any questions, you can respond to this post with any further questions. I'm happy to keep talking about pieces, or we can start a conversation about a certain piece or a moment of a piece in our Discord. So that's that for now. I'll see you on Discord, and I'll see you next month. Bye.